Hello everyone, it's Madi Madison
Spectrum Art.
with Spectrum Art, and today we're going to share with you guys
The M&M team.
Yes, we are the M&M team, Madi and Madison, that's right. And today we're going to share with you guys our matchbook fold-out notepad. And what these are is just a really neat way to actually have a notepad that also has pockets and fold-outs and closures, and put them into your purse, your backpacks,
wallet,
your Bible bag, your book bag, you take to the library. Yes, and be able to keep all kinds of good stuff in there. And it's a matchbook because it has, we all remember the old matchbooks. And we're going to walk through every step on how to get this done, guys. So stick with us. But let me show you what it basically is, the idea.
Nice key that we have.
It actually folds out this way. Yes, it is a very nice key. It folds out this way, and here it's got a place. This one we did specifically for reading. Of course, they can be done in any theme, but this is for reading. So you could write your name or the book that you're actually reading. You also have a pad that has been sewn in, and we're gonna, again, share all that with you. Then it's got a fold out, in which it's got a pocket. Inside this pocket, this one's got a reading punch card. It's got a library card, and then it's got 2 mini books, just for you to be able to write some notes on. We've got Little Women, and we've got Mary Poppins. Okay, and these all fit in here. And then it's got a flip out, and this is all ready for journaling or maybe putting a picture or any kind of notes that you'd like.
Tickets.
And then of course you've got this side. You've also got this side to journal on. And then when we close it, it's got a nice image, and it's got another image in the back of a girl. What is it, baby?
Lace.
Oh yeah, and we did put lace at the very top. And here is a girl in a book. How appropriate is that, right? And then it closes back up. So we're going to go ahead and walk you through how to do this. The very first thing we're going to need, and we started a few of them already, but we're going to go ahead and make one together. And then we'll come back and, after we're done with all the steps, we'll show you the actual finished projects, and hopefully that'll give you some ideas and some inspiration on how you can go ahead and achieve yours, and also of course make it your own for anything that you're working on, whether it's a journal or a gift to someone. So the first thing we're going to need is we're going to need 2 time cards, and I've already taken 2 here. And what I did was I went ahead and just lightly pre-gesso these. If you do not have gesso, white paint, or any other paint. And I did that because I kind of wanted to mute. The awesome thing about these timestamps, or these time cards, excuse me, is that they actually have the punches. They're real time cards. So I love that, and we don't want to lose that. So what we went ahead and did was it is pretty cool. We went ahead and lightly gesso these. We still want those lines for journaling and writing notes, whether it's page numbers or dates, birthdays, or anything, phone numbers, anything you want to write on them. So lightly, again, we went ahead and did that. Then we're also going to need some paper, but let me go ahead and do the time cards first, okay? So you're going to need your scoreboard, and if you do not have a scoreboard, that's perfectly fine. Use a ruler, use a pencil, absolutely. And the first thing I'm going to do on these, and by the way, these are all pretty standard, we do have some available in our Facebook group, where you can just comment below or send us a message, but they're pretty standard. I mean, you can get these from Staples and places like that. Home Depot, no, I mean not a Home Depot, Office Depot. Most of them have time cards. However, they will not come punched with an actual date and time. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to look right underneath here where it says week ending. There is that deeper blue line, and that's where we're going to create our very first fold. So we've created that fold, and you do want to burnish these because these are heavy, and especially when you start adding gesso or paint, then of course they get even thicker. All right, so we're going to fold there. We're going to slide that into our scoreboard, or again, use your ruler and pen, and we're going to score at 3.5. So 3.5 and 3 3/4. Okay, and we have that ready. And you could decide which side you like best, you know, the red or the blue. I like the blue on the outside and the red on the inside. And that's gonna create our very first, the front, the outside. Then we're gonna grab our second time card. We're gonna put it right side in, the long ways. And we're gonna score at 1.5. And that's gonna give us our pocket. And we're gonna score at 4 7/8. And that's gonna give us our, okay, so then let me show you what I mean. So this is gonna become this pocket right here, right? And then this is gonna become that other one. So we basically folded it like this. It looks like a, I don't know, a Z, kind of a wonky Z. There you go. Maybe this way. Okay.
Look at us.
Kind of. Okay, and so again, this is gonna be where we're gonna mount, we're gonna glue these two together, and I'll do that in a second, but this is gonna go like this, and then it's gonna close like that. So that gives you an idea. The next thing we're gonna do, now that we've done that, and if you need to pause, go ahead and pause if you need to catch up on that, is find what paper we wanna use for the inside, okay? To do our little journal. One thing that I'm gonna experiment is gonna be using just a sticky pad, like your actual sticky pads, and see if that actually, how that looks. I might not like it, it might not look vintage enough, but we'll see. Cause they usually come in those pinks, maybe the yellow will be okay. You know, but we'll see. Yeah, we have different colors. So we'll try different colors, but we've decided to use this paper right here. It's really, really pretty. It's called Parchment Specialty Paper. It's really elegant. It's actually made for invitations and cards. It's a 24-pound ivory paper. And this is what it looks like. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and cut our paper. And basically what we want is about 3 by 3, or 3 by 6, I should say. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our paper and we're gonna cut a 3. Let me make sure I'm in the right place. Okay, 3. And you decide how thick you want it. You know, it's up to you. 3. And 3. And I had one left from before. You will have this left over, of course, and then you're also going to trim some off the bottom. But basically you want to fold this in half. I mean, you could use your scoreboard if you want, but it's as simple as just folding them over, because we're going to trim the bottom a little bit because obviously they're too long. So we're going to fold those, and out of that we're going to make our notepad. So, all right, easy enough, right? These nest inside each other, so nestle them in. And then we are going to go ahead and paper clip this, because I'm going to take this over to the sewing machine. Take that over to the sewing machine so I can sew them in like I did with this other one. See how it's actually sewn in? Okay, so that's what we're going to go ahead and do. So you're going to need your time card, the one that goes on the outside, this one right here. We're going to go ahead and, cut this down to 3, because we want it, again, a 3 by 3. And then we're going to take it over to the sewing machine and we're going to sew them in, okay? We're going to go ahead and do that next. If you're going to distress anything, like if you want to distress this, now would be a good time. If you want to distress all of this, actually that is what I'm going to do next. I'm going to go ahead and go through and create that distress look on all of those areas. And then I will be back. I'll be back. So let's go ahead and distress. Let's go ahead and cut this down to a 3 by 3. And again, you could just, you know, depending on your cutter, it's as simple as doing that. And there we go. And then we will be back once that is sewn in. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, and we are done sewing in our notepad. And we've also gone around and distressed all of our edges. Well, maybe not. You might have missed one, Madison. Okay, and so this is what it looks like. as of right now. Okay, now that we've done that, the next few things that we need to do is, number one, we need to go ahead and figure out if we want to stamp anything on here. As you saw in the previous one, we did. So we're probably going to go ahead and do that. I don't think that we'll do multiple pages, but I think we will do at least the top page. So I will recommend, word to the wise, to get yourself some kind of scratch paper to protect the next layer. And let's pick let's do those books. So we're going to grab our stamp, and we're going to be using, by the way, archival, right? We want to use stays on or anything that's permanent. And this one is timber brown, just because I like that brown color. It looks pretty vintage, but it's yet dark enough, but it's not fully black. And we're going to come over here and stamp away and clean our stamp. Ooh, forgot the inner thing. Okay, and there we go. So we've got our stamped image. Next, we need to go ahead and do our little cover for right here, right? So with that, you could do a couple of things. You can either, oh, by the way, you'll need to cut your piece of paper, and I've cut several, but you need to cut one piece of paper that measures 3 1/8 by 1 inch, okay? And we have a couple of choices. We can either round the corners, right? And you can round them using your corner rounder, or you can use your angle cutter. And I'm using the small angle. We do not need overkill for something as small as this. So we can go with that look, or we can go with this look, right? And let's do the 1/4 inch again. Let's keep it. And you can do this with scissors. You can do this with the regular punches. Oops, did I miss that one? Yes, I did. Okay. And so we can go with that look, or we can go with the rounded look, whichever one you prefer, okay? Once we are done with that, we're going to go ahead and work on our front closure. For that, you're going to need a brad. You're going to need a circle punch. And again, you can also, why is this thing leaving that little sliver? Hang on, guys. I don't like that little sliver right there. There we go. Okay. So the same thing with this. We're going to go ahead and distress this piece. And again, you could use, I mean, any color you guys want, right? You could do pink, you can do teal, whatever it is that you've got that you want to go ahead and match up with the images or the look that you're going for. In our case, we're kind of going more vintage of a look. This is why we're using vintage photo. That's going to get glued on there. So let's go ahead and do that actually while we have it out. And on here, I'm not going to do anything at all. Oh, actually, I could do the little book stamp again. Yeah, let's do that again, because that was kind of cute. So let's swap our image or stamp. We don't need that, we need this. It's amazing how once you start crafting, you know, your table just gets smaller and smaller and smaller until you have no table left. And I'm just gonna eyeball that and press that on. Ooh, I kind of moved it, but that's okay. Yeah, beautiful. Actually, very crisp. Okay, good impression. Let's take that off. Okay, let's glue this down. And just regular white glue, right? You could also use your tape runner if you'd like, because it's just paper on paper. It's not gonna need any kind of major glue or anything. Let's center that. And this is why I like liquid glue, because you could also, you know, kind of play with your image a little bit just to make sure it is where you want it to be. And there we go. So we've got that. We can cut these strings now, by the way. Unless you wanted to use it to hang a charm or something else off the side, you could. You can even leave them extra long and do some beads if you wanted to. But I'm going to go ahead and cut them off. Okay, so we've got that this far. Now we're going to go ahead and work on our front. So we're gonna go ahead and grab a circle punch, excuse me. And I've got here 3/4 of an inch. The size is up to you, whatever you've got, you know, use. And also if you need to do it by hand, do that as well. We're gonna go ahead and go around and distress it a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna get my pokey tool. And where is my mat? Nobody knows. Here we go. Here's the mat. So let's bring that out. Let's move these to the side because we're done with that. We're done with those. We can move them. We're gonna go ahead and come around this side. And I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it, okay? And I'm gonna guesstimate that that's a good center right there. I'm gonna go all the way through, make it a little wider, make it easier for the brad to go through. And that's just for look, by the way. I mean, it does create, oh, I actually messed up a step, guys. I'm so sorry. See, I'm glad we're doing this together. Because this was supposed to, and I'm glad that was still wet. This is supposed to go on first. Woo, see? This is why we do things together. Because I can show you how to avoid mistakes. Okay, so we are about 3 1/4. Yes, so the middle's right about there. So once again, we're gonna kind of just look at it. We're gonna position it. I hope I'm still in frame for you guys. Gonna poke through. Voila. We're gonna go ahead and glue this down. Oh, I am so glad we caught that while it was still wet. Another reason why I love wet glue. Gonna find our hole. We're gonna bring in our brad. And we're gonna poke through. Well, hopefully I have it wide enough. Let's make sure, just in case. There we go. And you wanna make sure your pins are facing this way so that when you open them, they go out that way, right? Now, just wanna show you something else before that. You wanna go ahead and grab your twine because you do wanna have enough of a lip in there so that your twine can wrap around. What I do is I actually use my twine and I wrap it around more times than need be. And then I push down and that kind of gives me a good measurement of where I can go ahead and do that. And then when I unravel this, now I've got the room, the space that I need. See that? I know it's kind of hard to see on camera, but it's got some space in there. Okay, now, going back to where we were, which is this right here. Let's go back and add more glue. And this time, let's make sure that we haven't forgotten any steps. This is why sometimes I should make notes. And you make sure it's nice and centered, that it closes, it doesn't catch on anything, and that is golden. Okay, I am using 24 inches of twine. If you're, I mean, like I said, cards, the time cards are standard. So if you're using time cards, that's pretty much what you'll need. Of course, it's up to you if you want to create. You do some beading on it, whatever it is that you want to do. You adjust your twine according to. Okay. So now that we've got that, let's make sure it's all secured and glued down. And we've had our little strip that hides our brad also and gives us some stability. All right, and we've cut our corners. All right, now it's time to go ahead and bring in our other half of the time card, right? Where we had folded, and we're gonna go ahead and create our pocket. Uh-oh, you know what we forgot to do? We forgot to distress this side. So let's do that together. It only takes a second. Actually, I want one with a little bit more gesso, this one. And guys, this is where you get creative. Pull out some napkins, pull out some tissue paper, pull out some, your stamps, pull out some stickers. I mean, any theme, whether it's cats, aviation dogs, birthday dragons, mermaids, firefighters, Mother's Day. Go for it. I mean, these are just so cute, and who wouldn't want to have one of these to throw in their backpack, right? Or even in their car. because Lord knows that we're always getting, you know, we're trying to write down addresses or phone numbers or notes. So this is just a really nice size notepad with pockets to put your receipts, to whatever, you know, to have in your belongings. So anybody would appreciate one of these. So and do share with us, you know, if you do make them. Let us know what themes you chose, you know, what should you do, which ones did you like, who did you end up making one for, will you make one, because that's the whole idea. And again, I'm putting glue on just the 3 sides, right, because we're creating a pocket. So we're leaving the top without any glue. Gonna press down, especially towards the outer edges, to make sure we have a really nice seal. Oops, make sure I'm in frame. Sorry, guys. Trying to get that cap in there. Sometimes it could be a little difficult or tricky. Okay, so that's what we're up to. So now we've got, once of course it glues down, let me show you. We've got our pocket right here, right? This is going to fold this way. This is going to fold this way. This is going to fold that way. And this is going to go ahead and close, right? So now we need to go ahead and decorate this. And if you want, again, you use a charm like I did. Where's that other one? The original? I don't know what I did with the original, guys. Oh, here it is. Hello. It's right in front of my face. Like I said, it just gets smaller and smaller. So if you guys remembered, we did actually go ahead and add a charm to this one. It has a key, and we added some like an old faded tissue that has some print on it. Again, we're going with that whole reading idea, so I'm probably going to do all of them similar. I'm going to stay within this book reading theme, since I think that's really a great encouragement to give to folks to go ahead and make notes. And then of course, like I said, if you want to get rid of this right here, it doesn't look bad, but if you do want to get rid of it, you can hide it with some washi, you can hide it with some lace, you can hide it with a trim. I mean, sky's the limit, guys. Oh, you know what? See, I'm glad I looked, because that's not distressed enough for me. Okay, there we go. So I will be back, and by the time that I come back, I will have them finished and decorated. Also, make sure that when you're using your twine, use whatever you've got. You know, here's some colored twine, which we thought was perfect with those black and white theme. This one I kind of went neutral, but you know, use them in every color to match your images, right? So we will be back. Okay, and we are done.
Yeah.
Yep.
Finished.
Finito, right? And here they are. I know, finito and cantata, you're funny. And here we've actually created 7 of them. So that took a little bit of time, right? But it's because we made 7. And there are a lot of details in these. And of course, you guys remember the original one. This is the black and white one with the charm. The rest we went ahead and kept a little bit simpler as far as charms not being added, because we're not sure yet as to where we're going to go, whether it's going to be more masculine, more feminine, not sure. So let me let's just go through them real quick. So this one is, I think this is your favorite, right? This is the girl who's sitting on the moon. Let me just open these up.
Don't forget the pocket with the pocket in it.
Oh yeah, no, this is not the one with the pocket, but I'll show them that one next. It's got a really beautiful romantic lace across the back. It's got a girl who is actually reading this gorgeous book. Oh, I hope I have enough light. I think I do. There we go. That's better. And there's a little light. Oh, how cute is that? And here's some black and white books. And it opens this way. It's got the bigger stamp of books. Again, the space where you can go ahead and write a name or any information in here. And this is why this is Madison's favorite, is because she chose 2 Harry Potter books for this one, Hogwarts and the Magical Worlds of Harry Potter. And again, remember, all of these have been individually stamped.
I thought you said that's not the white one.
Oh no, it's this one. And this has got the same collage, you know, worn paper, but you can still journal on it because it's plenty of see-through. Then on this side, we've seen that image, we've seen that, and then we still have all of this left, right? And our notepad. So these will all pretty much essentially be the same as far as that idea. But, well, let's go in order on the top first. This one has these beautiful, almost like watercolored books, really old looking books. In the back, it's got this gorgeous girl who's actually sitting by the window and the sun's coming in and she's just enjoying her books. She's very cozy. And this is the one that Madison was referring to. It's got a hidden pocket back here. So your images could also become pockets if you wanted to for little notes. Again, we have our header. We have reading list on this one and our pad, which has been sewn in, right?
Yep.
And then our front for all the journaling. This one is very romantic. It's got Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, right? And it's got Jane Austen, Sense and Sensibility. So it's got two different little books. And again, you know,
They're sewed in.
no, these are stamped on. And it's got the punch card, the reading, and the library card as well. So really, really cute. You got all of that to write on, as well as all this back here. And then we've done, these we changed it up a bit. We went ahead and used different elements. Like this one's got a blue twine. So since,
Lace,
no, twines, but yeah, you're right. And then because of it, Madison chose a very dark, I mean, you can tell from my nails that this is really dark navy blue. But it's so elegant and it goes so well with that twine. It's got a book, which is actually a door. And in the back, it's got a beautiful quote and also a clock with another quote. So this one's really, really cute. And we thought about doing glossy accents on the clock, and we might still do that because it'll make it look like a real clock, right? Then, of course, as we open, we have our header. This one's got the small stack of books. And this one's got two different books. And oh, hang on, don't get stuck yet. And these two books are Doctor Who and Around the World in 80 Days. And we know why, right? Because
Dad.
yeah, Madison's dad likes Doctor Who, so we thought, she thought, how cool to make one of those with some of those elements. Maybe. Hey, these would be great for Father's Day, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
You can definitely put them in the dashboard in the car. You can, in your pockets. This one is different because we used a napkin. So this napkin is just gorgeous. It's got these flowers and a lighter blue trim to pick up that blue is what Madison had envisioned. And here's more of those flowers. And then of course we open some more, another bit of flowers. It's got some blue ink around the edges again to bring in that blue, but look at that collage. It's just gorgeous. And instead of the cards, we did two small tags to go in there and left that blank and left that blank. So, it could be whatever it needs to be. And remember, there's room in these that you could still slide a pencil in there if you wanted to on all of these. This one, thank you for opening it, but hang on, let's look this way first. This one is a really nice green twine, so it's got the green to go with it. A beautiful quote in the back. This one's a pocket too. Yep. I keep forgetting what.
You have to read it.
It says, a library is a hospital for the mind. Isn't that beautiful? And the girl's actually going into the storybook, which is so cool. And we open up this way. We've got those two and then those two. And this one's got Call of the Wild, which is one of my son's favorite books, or was when he was younger, and Huckleberry Finn. Have you read that one, Madison?
Nope.
Oh, you'll have to read it. That is such a good story.
Does it have children in it?
I think, yeah. I believe so. And it's got the inkwell on there. You'll have to ask Michael. It's been a long time since I read it, baby. And then this one is got teal. So to go with the teal twine, Madison chose a teal lace. But look at this collage napkin. So again, two of them have napkins. That's yet another element that you could bring into these, right? And then a little bird. And here's that book stack. Here's the butterfly. What is it, honey?
It looks like someone hand colored that.
It is. It's almost like a watercolor, but it's so vintage. It's really, really pretty looking. A beautiful part of that napkin was used there, as well as here. Here's some more butterflies and flowers. And then when you open it this way, look at that gorgeous image. And again, she brought in that green for the twine and for the, or that teal, excuse me. And this one's got
Pretty cool.
2 books. It's got Anne of Green Gables, which Madison just finished.
It's very interesting if you guys want to watch it.
If you guys want to read it, yeah. Highly recommend that for any kiddo for sure. Or even adults. It's just a really good classic. And then the Iliad, right? So again, those 2 go in there. And this one says books to read.
Yep.
So lots of different ones. Hopefully this will give you an idea on different elements, different colors, napkins, pockets. You know, you can do different images.
You can also do side tucks too.
Oh yeah, you could do a side tuck. Very well. Yes, I agree. That is a great idea. But you know what? We'd love to hear what themes you guys...
Feedback.
Yeah, feedback. Get what theme, if this was your project, what theme would you like to do, to work on, or to receive maybe? Because you never know. We might just pick someone, right? If we have enough response, we might just pick someone and make one, right? Because they were so much fun to make. And what was the other thing that you wanted to hear from? Oh, their favorite?
Their favorite matchbook.
Okay, and the other question she had was, out of all these, which one was your favorite? Because we might do that too. You never know.
We might make one for you.
We might do one. We might make one, or we might do a giveaway from one of these.
Yeah.
Let's see. So that's the challenge for you guys. That's the questions that we have. Madison's got 2 questions for you. We'd love to hear some feedback. And once again, we hope that you will try these.
Like them.
Right. Hope you like them. And
Bye.
you'll try them and have a blessed day.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you soon. Bye.